Hi, this is Tim, and today we're going to be cooking Nasi Goreng, which is the staple Indonesian fried rice. The important flavors of this dish would include the shrimp paste, which is terasi, as well as the sweetness of sugar and the dark, complex flavors of our sweet Indonesian soy sauce, which is called kecap manis. I've used a number of substitutions in this recipe, which I think is really in line with what this recipe is. It's meant to be just a bunch of things that you have left over, but I will be making sure to use my mortar and pestle to make a paste for this. So let's get cooking.
For my first substitution, I'm taking some dried shrimp and toasting in the wok. And using this mortar and pestle is really essential for Indonesian food. So I have my toasted shrimp, and then instead of my red pepper, I have diced jalapeno, and then my garlic, and finally, instead of my shallot, adding in my red onion that is diced. And I find that having a little bit of lime juice really helps bind this together, so I'm going to squeeze that into my mortar and pestle mixture, and that's really going to just make a delicious, wonderful paste that is going to be the base of our nasi goreng. And this is where it gets tricky. I'm going to take all of these diced goodies and mash them up with my mortar and pestle. Really, this is a terrible camera angle, but I think the main vibe that we're getting at is that we're mushing everything together, having those flavors intermix, and really for this dish, having a paste like this is really going to provide a lot of flavor. And now it's go time. We have our wok heated up, and we're going to put some oil in there. And then first we are going to fry our paste. And it's going to those flavors are going to just become very fragrant and come out of there, and it's going to taste delicious later. And after we get this faux paste slash mixture of delicious things, here is where the stir fry comes in. And I had some chicken that was laying around and cucumber, which really with Indonesian dish, you can make a great little side salad with just slices of cucumber and red onion. But you know what? I'm going to put that in my nasi goreng this time. This is my stir-fried rice, so I'm going to do what I want. And now for the star after the paste. So not really the star, but one of the very important things of our stir-fry is having rice that we had cooked already. And in that refrigerator, the most magical thing happens. It gets tough, and it kind of gets dry on the outside, which really makes great edges for frying in this wok. And so make sure you're using that day-old rice, ideally. Rice never tastes the same or as good after the first time you do it, so make it taste better the second time by cooking it again in a stir-fry. And to continue the substitutions, instead of the Indonesian sweet soy sauce, I'm going to use my Chinese dark soy sauce with the addition of sugar. And really this dish, we're going to have the heat from the peppers, we're going to have the sweetness of the sugar, and then we're going to have this rich darkness of this dark soy sauce. And it comes together so well. So just stirring this around, giving it a simple stir, making sure my surface contact of every grain of rice is going to be perfect and crisped up and delicious for us. And now time for our fried egg. So I already removed my stir-fried rice and made it into a nice sexy ball that I put on my plate. And now I'm just going to fry an egg sunny side up. A lot of times when you see this dish, you'll see that they fry the egg on both sides. Just the idea about having an egg yolk that is fried instead of delicious, runny, and oaky makes me kind of cringe. So I'm going to do this sunny side up, and we're going to poke that egg yolk and let it run down everything, and we're going to take a bite of this right now. Oh, got to use my fingers. Couldn't get it in all in one bite. That was so good. So delicious. All the sweetness, the heat, the egg yolk, and that shrimpiness. What a wonderful dish. I miss having this when I was in Indonesia.